You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hellgate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 3rd of February, 2025. It is 44 days after the winter solstice. It is 45 days before the spring equinox. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 15th day of Pluvieuse, the day of the vache, the cow. The sun rises today at 7:03 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:10 p.m. The sun sets today at 5:15 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 5:45 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 6:18 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes, 15 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing crescent phase and is 32% full at midday. The first quarter will arrive on Wednesday, the 5th of February. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, high tide, 1:39 a.m., 1 meter 52. In the morning, low tide, 7:47 a.m., minus 12 centimeters. In the afternoon, high tide, 2 p.m., 1 meter 34. In the evening, low tide, 8:04 p.m., minus 18 centimeters. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. In the Delaware watershed, the Cannonsville Reservoir is 69% full. The Papacton Reservoir is 72% full. The Neversink Reservoir is 65% full. The Rondout Reservoir is 91% full. In the Catskill watershed, the Schoharie Reservoir is 41% full. The Ashokan Reservoir is 84% full. In the Croton system, just north of the city, the reservoirs are 84% full. As a whole, the system is at 76% of capacity. Normally at this time of year, it is at almost 90%. In our shared realm of plants and animals, consider Long Island's Great South Bay and the challenges it faces. Only 50 years ago, it produced 50% of all the hard-shell clams eaten in the United States. Now its clam population is about 1% what it was in the 1970s. Nitrogenous waste pours into the bay from septic tanks across the island, and people inexplicably continue to fertilize their lawns, exacerbating the problem. Commemorations. On this day in 1637, the tulip mania collapsed in the Netherlands. Wild financial speculation in tulip bulbs had created the first recorded asset bubble in European history, only to end in the utter collapse of the market. An early warning of the dangers of unbridled speculation, a warning we need to relearn generation after generation. This day in 1959 was the day the music died. A plane crash near Clear Lake, Iowa, took the lives of Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and J.P. Richardson, known as the Big Bopper. On this day in 1964, 464,000 black and Puerto Rican students boycotted their New York City public schools. As the Brooklyn Eagle newspaper explained at the time, though segregation in New York was not codified like the Jim Crow laws in the South, de facto segregation was evident in the city's school system. The boycott was one of the largest civil rights movement demonstrations. Sadly, we grapple with the same issue half a century later. On this day in 1874, the writer Gertrude Stein was born. Known for her distinctive repetitive style, a rose is a rose is a rose, she received a rejection letter in 1912 from the publisher Arthur C. Fiffield. It read in part, "Being only one, having only one pair of eyes, having only one time, having only one life, I cannot read your manuscript 3 or 4 times, not even one time. Only one look is enough. Hardly one copy would sell here. Hardly one. Many thanks. I am returning the manuscript by registered post. Only one manuscript by one post." On this day in 1914, George Nissen was born. A talented gymnast, he was the inventor of the trampoline. And that is the Observatory, Monday the 3rd of February, 2025.